A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a startling development, the U.S. government's gross national debt has soared to an unprecedented $37 trillion, a significant milestone that underscores the alarming trajectory of federal borrowing. This figure, reported by the Treasury Department, reflects a staggering increase of $1 trillion in just 9 months, marking a rapid escalation in national debt that has far surpassed earlier forecasts. The debt stood at $34 trillion in January 2024 and reached $36 trillion by November of the same year. The current debt levels were not anticipated to be reached until the 2030 fiscal year, according to projections made by the Congressional Budget Office, CBO, in January 2020. However, the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic necessitated substantial government borrowing under both the Trump and Biden administrations as they sought to stabilize the economy amid a global slowdown. One of the key drivers behind this surge in debt is President Trump's controversial legislation, dubbed the One Big, Beautiful Bill, which passed through Congress with no Democratic support and faced skepticism from several Republicans. Signed into law on July 4th, this bill not only preserves existing tax cuts, but also allocates billions for national defense and border enforcement while making cuts to welfare programs like Medicaid, which millions of Americans rely on. The CBO estimates that the provisions of this bill will contribute an additional $4.1 trillion to the national debt over the next decade, raising concerns among GOP lawmakers such as Representatives Thomas Massie, Tim Burchett, and Victoria Spartz, as well as Senators Rand Paul and Susan Collins, some of whom ultimately voted in favor of the bill despite their reservations. The Government Accountability Office has sounded the alarm about the implications of rising federal debt, warning that it leads to higher borrowing costs for everyday Americans seeking loans for cars and mortgages, reduced wages due to decreased business investment, and increased prices on goods and services. Michael Peterson, chair and CEO of the Peter G. Peterson Foundation, emphasized that government borrowing places additional strain on interest rates, compounding costs for consumers, and stifling private sector investment. He stated, "Within the federal budget, the debt crowds out important priorities and creates a damaging cycle of more borrowing, more interest costs, and even more borrowing." Peterson further warned that the nation is now adding $1 trillion to the national debt every 5 months, a pace that is more than double the average rate over the past 25 years. The Joint Economic Committee has projected that, at the current daily rate of growth, the national debt will reach another $1 trillion in approximately 173 days. Maya McGuinness, president of the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, expressed hope that this alarming milestone would prompt policymakers to take immediate action to address the escalating debt crisis. The implications of the rising national debt are far-reaching, affecting not only government policy, but also the financial well-being of American families. As the nation grapples with these challenges, the urgency for a comprehensive approach to fiscal responsibility has never been more critical. The record high of $37 trillion in national debt serves as a stark reminder of the pressing need for a balanced and sustainable fiscal strategy that prioritizes the economic future of the country. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.